we have to ask Americans to make sacrifices to avert the next crisis at the same time that they're still reeling from the last one. And that's especially true for the poor and the near poor. Life for them was tough before the Great Recession. It's much tougher now. So that's going to take more courage and more wisdom than the political system is used to. On the other hand, I think it is it's a very important debate for a nation to have. I mean, it's so much of what we do is on autopilot. So it's so rare that we have a chance as a country to go back to first principles and decide, is everything we're doing the smartest way to do it? And I think we were thrilled by the degree of bipartisan interest in having that conversation, and by the guts that that senators like Dick Durbin and Kent Conrad and Tom Coburn and Mike Crapo showed in kind of standing up to the conventional wisdom and the forces on each side of the aisle. Let me say a little bit about this particular challenge, because it was a really important first principle in guiding us. For Erskine Bowles and for Alan Simpson, the co-chairs of the Debt Commission, taking care of the most disadvantaged, of the most vulnerable, was at the very top of our list. Erskine said it at the start of every meeting. He said it in every public appearance, that we didn't want to harm folks who had nothing to do with getting us into this crisis in the first place. And that the debate that we're trying to have isn't about sacrifice for its own sake. It's about finding a way to expand opportunity for everybody and expand access to the American dream. So we worked very, very hard to spare the poor as best we could from the Budget Acts, as you put it. We on Social Security, we actually put in measures that will reduce poverty. We added a special minimum benefit of 125% of poverty. We put in a bump up in benefits for those who in their 80s, because people are living longer now. They're outliving their retirement savings, and so we need to do a lot more for the very poor and the very old. We also, at the same time, we proposed raising the retirement age very gradually. We proposed a hardship exemption for those who can't work, and we did our best to spare most means-tested programs. And on the tax side, we put forward a tax reform plan that had enormous appeal to both Republicans and Democrats alike, that lowered rates, broadened the base, reduced the deficit, and was dramatically more progressive than current policy.